All right, welcome back to Cricket Today. I'm your host, Liam McAllion, also known as the Stats Guy. I've tried a bit of something here with the background. I don't know if you guys like it. I'm here with Marcus Bazzano. How you going, Marcus?
Yeah, good, Liam. How are you?
Yeah, very good, very good. Pumped from the game last night, first game of the Big Bash season, and also Leo as well. How you going, Leo? In the Renegades polo, actually, very nice.
In the Renegades polo, just trying to bring some good vibes for tonight. But yeah, I'm just excited the Big Bash is back.
Yeah, it's absolutely awesome.
Straight after a Big Stars loss, chucks the Renegades polo.
Yeah. First time we've seen it, I reckon. Yeah, he's got to let the people know that he's not a Stars fan. Are you a Stars fan, Marcus?
Loosely, if I had to support anyone, it would be, but yeah. I don't really follow anyone.
Yeah, I might be getting on the Heat bandwagon after last night, I reckon. It's the best time of year, as we've mentioned in this podcast before. Summer of cricket is back. We are going to cover a huge weekend of Big Bash cricket. First of all, we're going to wrap up the game last night between the Heat and the Stars at the Gabba. The Stars were absolutely horrible, as the scores suggest. We're going to look at the best performers and SuperCoach scores of the night. Then we're going to do some upcoming match previews. 3 games starting tonight, Friday night, and then Saturday, Sunday. We're going to do some match previews for those, including some nars, predictions, SuperCoach plays for each game. So we're all very excited to go through those. And yeah, Friday's a bit of a bigger show, but yeah, it's going to be good fun. So let's get into it, lads. Bit of a game wrap we'll start with. Brisbane Heat versus Melbourne Stars, Leo. What happened? What happened to the Stars?
Well, that is a great question, what happened. Well, the Heat were just absolutely dominant, weren't they? They set it up with the bat, 3 for 214. Munro was awesome, stranded on 99 not out. And then their bowlers, real sort of well-rounded performance, bowling the Stars out for 111. What caught your eye, lads?
Let's have a look at the best performer. As you mentioned, I think Marcus and I, we've got to talk about Colin Munro. 99 not out. He was stranded. Bloody, who was it, the other one? Maxi Bryant. Just get a single, Maxi. I don't know what he's doing. There's no sense of occasion there.
He was stuck in the late 90s for so long. And he just couldn't get over the line. But I think, what a performance with the bat.
Yeah, it was bloody awesome. I had my doubts about him. I think when the teams were announced, I put Munro in my SuperCoach team, which was very, very, very lucky. Talking about SuperCoach, he got 134 points in the first game. Even if he can get, 20 runs or in the next couple of games, because they've got 3 games in the first round, he's going to get a huge score. I think someone in the office had him as captain. So if you had him as captain this week, you'd be laughing at the moment. So
yeah, I had him as vice.
Nice.
If you got him as vice, you can loophole him if you want, like in AFL. That's not a bad one.
Oh, well, I already had Sam Billings as captain on.
Oh, Sam Billings captain.
Try to get some wicketkeeper points. That's
all right. He's still got 2 more games. And then if we're going to talk about SuperCoach, we might as well talk about Maxi. What did he have? He had 1 for 44, which is not great. And then 23 or 14 until he got injured. He looked a bit funny with the elbow there. I'm really, really hoping he's okay. The one thing that I wanted to mention was his score was still 73 for SuperCoach. I don't know if there's a bit of Maxi tax. I was talking to Leo before this. Like Bont in the AFL, they just give him a few extra 30 points and things like that. What do you guys reckon? I don't know about that 73 score for 1 wicket and 23 runs.
Yeah, where does that come from?
Yeah,
you look at that 1 for 44. It's not a great economy either.
No. The strike rate's okay, obviously, with the 23 from 14, but that's a lot of points. Did he get a couple of catches? I can't remember him getting a catch.
I can't remember either.
Actually, they only got 2 to 3 wickets, so he definitely didn't get a catch. So I don't know. Maybe SuperCoach, just the 70% of people have him, so we might as well give him a few extra points. And then
not complaining.
We might have to look in the next week who we might have to replace with him. I know he's only 118,000, but if he's injured or he might even be out for round 1, so hopefully he's still in. Next one we'll talk about quickly is Mitch Swepson. He was absolutely awesome. There was a few people thinking he wasn't sure if he was going to get picked with Kuhneman as well, both spinners. 3 for 23, absolutely awesome. And then SuperCoach 93. Did you like his performance, Marcus?
Yeah, it was very good. I think overall the Brisbane Heat with the ball were very good. Even though the Stars were pretty off the pace, but yeah, Swepson definitely led the way. Got the big wicket of Maxi as well. Yep. Even though he was hurt, he was looking good after smacking Spencer Johnson around. Yeah. So, good performance from Swepson.
Yeah, absolutely. And then finally, we'll just finish off another bowler, Xavier Bartlett. He was really good as well. 2 for 8 off 3 overs. Yeah, conceding only 8 runs off your 3 overs is awesome, as reflected in his SuperCoach score, which I'm also a bit surprised about. But 2 for 8, obviously they like his economy, 75. So I think he's around that low 100,000. I don't know if you guys want to correct me on that for
He's
Bartlett.
mid 130s.
A few people. I think Spencer Johnson was a lot more popular, but Bartlett was definitely the better guy in Supercoach. So we might have to have a look at that one. And then finally, Supercoach Nightmare. We usually are going to do this with maybe one player. Leo, what have you put in for the Supercoach Nightmare?
Well, I've put in the whole Stars team, and simply because they were terrible. But, even Maxi had a decent score, but he might be injured. So that's a nightmare in itself. So, there's a lot of issues there with the Stars, and I think maybe I've been a little bit sucked in by it.
Yeah. No, I don't think so. I know it's only the start of the season. I think this time last year, Heat lost, I think it was like the first 3 or 4 games and then went on a streak. But the Stars, I think they get Harris Ralph back, which will be okay, but he's not going to be able to fix a lot of their holes, I reckon.
What about Cricket Australia been saying no to Scotty Boland? Can't play.
Oh, really? I didn't see that. Oh.
Yeah.
Trying to rest
even though he's only bowling 4 overs, but
yeah.
I don't know. I thought that was a bit odd.
You exert yourself more at training, I reckon. You're bowling more than 4 overs, like training for the test, surely.
Yeah, that is true.
You got to rest your national treasure, guys. Come on.
Your national treasure. Yeah, they got to.
We're saving him for Boxing Day already.
Yeah, they're saving him to build the statue, so it's in perfect physique when they're building that statue out front of the G, I reckon. All right, lads. So that's a big wrap up. We don't want to talk too much about the Stars. They were horrible. The Heat looked pretty good. So I'm happy that they've started with a win. Leo was talking them down, but who knows? It's only 1 game in, so we don't know. Let's get into some match previews. So we'll start with the Sixers versus the Renegades. I think we think this might be a bit of a whitewash, but hopefully the Renegades, Leo's team and my team can lift. Leo, can you start us off with a nah for the Sydney Sixers and Melbourne Renegades game, please?
Of course I can. So, Steve Smith, he will show up big time before shoving off to international duties. Nah.
What do you reckon, Marcus?
I'm gonna go nah.
Oh, okay.
I don't think he will. I think there's just been something off about him. I think recently, even throughout the World Cup, even the Ashes, really, other than perhaps 1 or 2 innings, he was off. I know it's a different format, but no, I just think he's a bit out of touch, and I think it's a big ask to come into a first game of a new format 2020 series. Probably, you think about it, not really his forte, as it is more of a red ball cricketer. So I think it could be tough against him, but you never know. He's capable of anything.
Yeah, all right. I'm going to go against you. I'm going to say this time last year, I think I even wrote half an article about him not being good at 2020s, and I was doubting him. And then he averaged 87 in the tournament. I think he had a couple back-to-back hundreds. And then the other thing why I'm saying big on this one, he plays the Renegades in the first game. We don't rate the Renegades. I think this is a perfect opener for Steve Smith. He doesn't have to play the Scorchers or even the Heat, who looked really good last night. I think he can make it. I reckon he's going to make a 50 tonight. And then the other thing, Leo, you said before shoving off, the only sad thing is he might only play a game or 2 before he's back into the test squad. So, hopefully while he's here, he can put on a bit of a show for us. What do you reckon on that one, Leo, about your own nah?
Yeah, I think I agree with you there, stats guy. He will look at this Renegades bowling lineup and be like, I've faced harder than this. I've faced Mark Wood bowling 150 at my head. So who's this? Will Sutherland? I'll see you later. I think he'll put in a big score tonight.
Yeah, nice. All right, so for this Sixers Renegades game, let's get a bit of a prediction, lads. I think we all know where we're going to go. I had the Sixers for the title pick and first, so I think they're going to start off with a massive win. In this one, I think they're going to absolutely smash the Renegades. What about you, lads?
Yeah, I agree with that. I think Sixers will win this one easy. Yeah.
Marcus?
I'm backing you there.
Yeah. I think we've got to go Sixers. I think, as we mentioned in our season preview, Scorchers and Sixers are going to be right up there. Renegades, not. Hopefully they prove us wrong, though. All right, for this game, we'll finish off with our best Supercoach pick. So I think I wrote this one down. Josh Phillippe, 102,700. I think he's really good value. Only a couple of seasons ago, he was up there in the leading runs for the tournament. He did have a really bad season last year. What do you guys reckon about that?
Yeah, I think it's a great pick. I think one big score to start the season and he'll be making some money, yeah.
Marcus?
Yeah, for sure. If he can rediscover his form from a couple seasons ago, then expect plenty of value with Josh Phillippe.
Yeah, nice. All right. So the next one is for the weekend. I think this is on Saturday. Strikers versus Heat. I think this will be a really good game. A few of us had them just inside the finals. So Leo, can you start us off again with a yeah, nah?
All right, gents. Yeah, nah, for this one, the Heat will be 2-0 and absolutely flying and proving me wrong.
Oh,
yeah, nah.
All right. Yeah. I think I'm the only one that's going to be tipping them. A bit of a spoiler alert for later, but I think they looked awesome. They have a really good top order, obviously, with Marnus and who else was there? Uzi as well. You got Munro. If he can get anywhere near that form, I don't mind him to go 2-0 here. As Marcus, I think, changes his tip. He's leaning towards, I think, yeah. Are you leaning towards for this one as well?
I'm leaning towards the yeah for this one. I think after just what I saw last night, there's so much upside. Probably underestimated them a little bit. I did predict the Strikers to struggle a bit this season. I just think, first up there might be not some nerves, but a little bit of rustiness, similar to what we saw from the Stars last night. And the Heat got on fire early, and it's probably handy that they've already played a game, up to pace. And I think they could get the job done in Adelaide.
Yeah, nice. I think the other reason they won is Rocket Man. Did you guys see Rocket Man flying around the stadium?
I did, yeah.
With his jetpack. That was so weird. I don't know what you guys thought about that, but maybe Rocket Man inspired them to a win. I'm not sure. That was very weird.
It was just one of those things where you look at it and go, eh.
Yeah. Look, it was pretty cool. I was like, he's flying, and then after like 5 seconds, I'm like, why is he still flying?
He might have to catch a few of those balls that Colin Munro hit into the stands.
Yeah, imagine that. The Heat's extra 11th fielder is Rocket Man, just in the sky. That'd be pretty cool. I reckon Big Bash should think about that. Every team has a jetpack, and maybe like your keeper could use it, or I don't know. I'm talking. All right, Leo, can you start us off with your prediction for this game?
Yeah, I'm going against you boys. I think Strikers will win. I just think there's a little bit more unknown for the Heat in this game. I think, last night at home, batted first on a fantastic batting wicket. They had Marnus and Usman playing for them. Was impressed by their bowling, but I just think with Matt Short, Chris Lynn in the top three, it's a bit more destructive than Sam Harper and Joe Burns. So I think it's a harder top order to face, and we don't know the wicket yet, but I just think at home in Adelaide, Strikers should get off to a good start.
Yep. Marcus, you're going the opposite?
Yeah, I think you already mentioned the Heat here. Yep. Yeah, but I think we were talking about it in yesterday's show, that we thought the opening partnership would be the difference, and it was really. The Stars got off to a really poor start, and once you're chasing 214 and then 2 for 6 after the first over, was it, I think?
Yeah.
It's going to be really hard from there. So I think the Heat have a really good starting order and platform to build off.
Yep. Yeah, I agree with that one. I think the Heat could even go 3-0 in that first round, which would be pretty cool. That's going to be my big call.
Big call.
We'll finish off with a SuperCoach pick. Can you set us up for this one, Leo? Who's our SuperCoach pick for this game?
Yeah, so I've leant towards Matt Short. Yep. He does have an expensive price tag. I think he's the second or third most expensive. But he's quality, and I think there's a bit more unknown with a lot of others, but Matt Short will likely bowl. He's always good for a wicket, sort of got a bit of a golden arm in that respect. It's just destructive with the bat. So if you're looking for, a Strikers elite batsman, look no further than Matt Short,
Yeah, I agree. I think 244,100. I know that's a lot. I think everyone else we've talked about has been probably closer to the lower 100,000s. But he was second most runs in the comp last year. Very unlucky not to have the most runs. He's going to bowl. I think he's improved his bowling really a lot over the last couple of years. So don't mind him as well. Marcus, is he on your side?
He is on my side.
Yep.
I've got him fit him in the bowlers.
The bowlers, nice.
Just to get an extra batter in there.
Yep.
But average. You guys mentioned a lot of them. Don't really need to say much more. But average is 78.8. I definitely think he can be class.
Yep. Awesome. All right. So last game of the weekend, the Renegades play again. Actually, 2 games in 3 days against the Scorchers. This is a very tough ask as well. They have to play Sixers and Scorchers in the first 2 games. That's pretty stiff, I reckon.
That's very stiff.
We've got them as the first 2 teams. Leo, start us off with another nah, please.
Yeah, so Aaron Hardy will run riot with Geelong's short boundaries. He'll use his big levers to absolutely dominate. What do you boys reckon? Yeah, no.
You go, Marcus?
I think yeah. I think expecting big things of the Scorchers as always. Not expecting much from the Renegades, although we cop some flack on that.
I didn't know Renegades had so many supporters. They've been all over us.
I'm sticking that. I'm predicting them to be last after after the first 2 games here. Yeah. Just purely because they're playing Sixers and Scorchers. But I think we've saw that the Scorchers last season as well in GMHBA. Pretty sure they played the Renegades down there last season, and they performed pretty well. So, and Aaron Hardy expecting big things, both ball and bat. Definitely one of the best SuperCoach picks, I think, of the season coming ahead. So, I think he could definitely have a big influence on Sunday.
Yeah, I'm going to say in this one as well. As you mentioned, Leo, the short boundaries at Geelong, he's just going to be licking his lips for them. And he bowls as well. He bowled in the Aussie T20s. A few people were surprised. Yeah, he's improved his bowling as well. He's like sort of like Matt Short, going to bowl a few overs, and he can hit a massive ball. So definitely Aaron Hardy at GMHBA. And I'd suggest if you're going to that game, get there early or on time, because the game's going to be very quick. I reckon Scorchers are going to absolutely smash them. So that will roll us into our predictions. Leo, if you want to start us off with yours.
Yeah, I think Scorchers will win this one. Renegades will be 0-2, but imagine if they're 2-0, the Renegades. That is a huge start to the season, beating the Sixers and Scorchers. If they're 2-0, then that completely changes everything I think we've said.
Oh, I'll eat this banner behind me if they're 2-0. I reckon that. Actually, I really don't want to do that. I should have said that. I should have said that off podcast, bloody hell. But genuinely, if they're, I'd be surprised. I won't say. I was going to say if they're 1-1, but because I don't think they'll be 1-1 either. But they could sneak a win, maybe against the Sixers. I'm going to go the Scorchers as well. As I mentioned, get there on time. I reckon they're going to absolutely smash them. Marcus, I'm guessing you're the same.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going the Scorchers here.
Nice. All right, lads. Finish off with another SuperCoach pick. Can you lay it up for us there, Leo?
Yeah, Will Sutherland, 158,000. I was a bit iffy on grabbing him, but I put him in yesterday. Just think he's sort of the one Renegades batsman that can go. I feel like they have a lot of opening bats, and he's one that's sort of a bit later, can go at a good strike rate. He loves Geelong too. I think he hit a huge 6 down there last year.
Yeah.
So, I think that's a good pick for this one.
Yeah, I think 158,000 as well. He's obviously a good all-rounder. I think he averaged 51 points last year, which is really good average. Anything over that 45, 50, I think you're in the top quarter or top, I don't even know what I'm talking about, but the top few players, I think, over the 50. I was trying to talk about the average there, but I went absolutely AWOL. But I don't mind him as well. I didn't rate him a few years ago, but he's really turned into a good player. What about you, Marcus?
Yeah, I agree. In the short format, he's definitely suited to that. Has a lot of change-ups. I think that's probably something we didn't mention with the Stars. They really lacked change-ups with the ball early on. But I think, he's at 158,000. You think of it might be a bit expensive, but you get points with bat and ball, and he's a very good fielder on the rope as well. Takes some good catches. So I think there's plenty of value with him. I agree with you there, Leo.
Yeah, nice. All right, lads, that's another show done and dusted. We've gotten through all the game previews. We're hoping that Renegades can put up a fight in one of their 2 games over the weekend. Leo will be watching that in his Renegades polo, I'm sure, cheering on very hard. He might even be at Geelong. Nah, actually, I doubt that.
Too far.
Yeah, too far. So that's it for the Cricket Today show. We'll be back with this on Monday, so we're doing it daily on the weekdays. Get right around the show. Subscribe on your podcast apps, please, on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, etc. Like and review it and star it as well. We don't mind a few stars on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Get it up on the rankings. Chuck a follow on Cricket Today on the socials, or Cricket Today AU across all of the socials: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, and Threads. Send in any questions via the socials, anything you want us to chat about. You can keep telling us how Renegades are going to be good this season. Maybe after the weekend we'll be questioning that, but I really don't think that's going to happen. So that's it, lads. Thanks, Leo.
Cheers, Stats Guy. Cheers.
Thank you. Thanks, Marcus.
Thanks, Stats Guy.
Thanks, Gerald, for producing. Thanks to me and my lovely banner behind me. That's another episode of the Cricket Today Show. Out.